After breaking new ground with the digital effects on the KM and the inbuilt HDR feature of the K7, we didn't think that Pentax could possibly come out with anything new. Hi, I'm Matt Grayson, technical writer for ephotozine.com and ephotozine.tv, and today I'm actually going to show you something brand new on the Pentax K-x. So despite being classed as an entry-level model, the features that it's racking up aren't actually that bad. It's got a 12.4 million pixel CMOS sensor and 11 autofocus points. The ISO is 200 to 6400, which can be expanded as low as 100 and as high as 12,800. It's got 4.7 frames per second and the video runs at 1280 by 720p. Now that's not full HD, but it is HD nonetheless, and that also runs at 24 frames per second. It's got a 2.7-inch LCD screen, takes SD and SDHC memory cards, and also has live view. So here you can see the Pentax K-x fitted with the 18-55 f3.5 to 5.6. Now if we take a quick look around the camera, we'll just move on to the top. First thing you can see is this big blue bright light here. Now this has been fitted on purpose. It used to be green, and what they've done is they've fitted this so that it looks a little bit more futuristic. This is essentially a Pentax KM, just with different features fitted to it. So you've got the green button, which is the Pentax green button. That can be dedicated to a multitude of different features which you can find in the custom menu on the main menu setup, which I'll take you through in a second. The exposure compensation button here is used when you're in either aperture, shutter priority, program mode or sensitivity priority, and can be used to over or underexpose slightly if on purpose without having to mess around with the aperture. When you're in manual mode, there's only one dial on the back here to adjust shutter speed. So if you're wanting to adjust the aperture, you have to press this button down and you'll see there that the aperture has changed, and then you can move the aperture because the highlight has changed over from the shutter speed. Pressing the button again will move it back onto the shutter speed for you to change that instead. There's nothing on the other side, which basically means it's all for a right-handed person. So moving on to the back, we've got the flash up button on here. Now that will activate the mechanical flash, which is the built-in one. There is a hot shoe here so you can fit additional flash systems onto the camera. When this is in playback mode, which is the blue arrow there, you'll notice there are some other blue buttons as well, and these are to say that when you're in the playback mode, these will work in the playback and give you different options. So the dial, which is usually used for shutter speed, will then be used for zooming in onto your pictures so you can see if they're sharp and detailed enough. This button here will be used to delete the images if you don't want them. There's a live view button which you can press, and then that will flip the mirror up and show you the image as you see it would normally see it through the viewfinder. The viewfinder then goes blank. The info button I'm going to take you through in just a second because that's an interesting new menu that they've brought up. And the navigation pad here is used for navigating through the menu system, the info button system, and also it doubles up as different things. So you've got your self timer, which also does your continuous shooting, ISO modes, flash modes when the flash is up, and your white balance. OK in the center just to confirm everything that you're wanting to do. So we'll go to the main menu and you'll see that there's 4 different tabs: camera shooting, playback, setup and custom modes. Within the shooting mode menu is 4 different tabs. Now these different tabs or pages are individual to each other, they're not linked, so when you scroll down, if you go down from lens correction, you won't automatically go onto page 2. It goes back up to highlight the number 1, and then if you want to go to page 2, you have to press right on the navigation pad to go to page 2. I kind of like that because I think, if you're wanting to look in this, then you should be looking in this and not being able to just scroll through onto the different pages. So that's quite good in that respect, and I quite like that. You can even change the colour of this if you want to. It's in the standard Pentax grey and black.